YouTube Force Arena Commanders, welcome to a brand new Star Wars Force Arena video. The Last Jedi, Luke Skywalker, is back. Haven't played Luke for a while, so you're going to see a couple of guild matches and then some random 2v2. I did do a 1 versus 1, but I can't find the footage for some reason. But I'm with Baze. Now we're not using Discord for this game because he couldn't log on, so we're just literally using the Force to communicate. Baze is one with the Force and I am the Force. So we've got Darth Vader and the Sith Inquisitor. Darth pops down a stun. That really won't be enough. 2 seconds for Vader to lock onto the turret. Bit of a waste that was. In comes Barry. In go the Malaz warriors. And Vader will be destroyed. As the Sith Inquisitor pushes down the centre with his unique. Rebel troopers are in there firing away. Now, what I've done is as well, in this game and the next game and then the following game, I'm playing 3 different decks. I've got Ben Kenobi in this particular deck, and I wanted to use him, but it's such a high energy cost that I just didn't really see the point of it in the end, so I changed around a few times. But as we're pushing at top left, there hasn't got many defences up there, so I'll drop down my Iron Mine just to do some work on those heavy gunners. Whenever you use an Iron Mine, you really want to make sure you get the maximum value out of it. So if there's a huge area of troops or expensive troops, or if you can get a couple of repair units on there too, they're the kind of things you want to drop an Iron Mine down onto, so you get absolute maximum damage and deaths for the exchange of the 3 energy it costs to use an Iron Mine. So Baze is working hard on Vader. Vader won't last very long, does get taken down as the rebel forces push the left lane again. Pick up this health pack. There's old Ben charging up. I'm looking for a chance now on the right side. They drop an AT-ST Walker out of the blue. I was like, wow, I've got to do something about this. So drop my light tank. It suddenly appears, beating down on this level 4. Drop an Iron Mine there just to do some damage on their unique and on Vader. Ingo and Malaz warriors, great counters for the AT-ST Walker. Blazeman there, good counters for the tank. This just dispenses them really quickly. Baze is holding the top left. Now we've got a good push going. I'm charging forward with Luke, giving it everything I've got to suicide. Let's give Baze a little bit of help there while he respawns, and I die. But we have taken the turret down to half health. And as you can see, there hasn't been a repair unit deployed by our opponents, so that tells me they haven't got one, so we can use the Iron Mine as we like. But the right side is vulnerable again. We've got another good attack coming, but the light tank bizarrely locks onto their tank, so the push goes out the window. But look at the Iron Mine there. Maximum value that was for that one. So I died there, but I pressed the wrong button and actually went out of the game, but managed to get myself back into the game just in time to give Baze a hand on that right side. He's doing a fine job of holding the flank. Top right tower has got a lot of damage done to it. 15 seconds to go. I see a chance to make a push down his left lane as both leaders are occupied on that right side. Come on, Luke, your old pensioner. Move, move, move. Come on, Luke, you can do it. In he runs. Doing as much damage as I possibly can now on that tower. Lock onto their leader for some reason, but still beating down on that tower, but wasn't enough. But with just 50 seconds in sudden death left now, they really are in a bad shape. And this game was a lot more hard work than it should have been, which is the reason why I changed my deck around. So drop a light tank just ahead. Baze is going to make a charge. I'm making a charge. We just need that turret. One little drop on it and it's done. Vader pulls me, but Baze manages to fire off a round and destroy the turret. That game was a lot more hard work than it should have been, especially for the points that we got for it at the end. But it was a GG. A win is a win, and we'll take that. Thank you very much. 14 points. You know, both strong decks. Again, pause the video if you want to see the decks. And the deck for this one is different too. I've taken Ben Kenobi out and put in some more troopers and stuff to help with a push a bit better, and also for defensive purposes. Ben's great to have, but the chances of getting to use him to do his trick on multiple units is quite rare, especially in 2v2. It's harder. So, you know, for me, it doesn't justify the worth of 8 energy costs. It's just far too expensive right now. So in we go for another 2v2. Up against Darth Vader again and the Emperor, a dynamic duo. And let's see how we do here. In goes a drop pod from the rebels on the right side. Emperor scuttles across to try and see if he can stop the damage being done. In goes the Blazeman. Blazeman are great counters for those assassins on the drop pods, if you don't know that already. Probably the best unit you can use to lock onto them. but I will make fast work of these guys. Baze drops an iron mine. Talked about maximum value. There it is, right in there. Look at the amount of damage he's just done there. But they're both pushing the left really hard, and this is a chance now for Luke to have a go. So for some reason, Luke decides to take a leisurely stroll up to the turret rather than charging it. But never mind, I'll take that as this turret does go down. And Barry is now doing his work on our bottom left turret. A lot of pressure from this right side now. That was a big mistake on their part. Both leaders committed to that push on our top lane, and as you can see, it didn't work out as Baze takes out the top left. So those two clearly aren't working together as a team, although we are, but we're not using like Discord or anything, so we just literally are channeling the force to each other as we communicate. Drop my assassin droid on the shield generator while the turret is distracted, but the turret now locks onto my assassin, who's beaten down on that shield generator and falls flat on its face. In goes Larry, the repair droid. I haven't got anything to counter it at the moment, but it doesn't really matter. 2-0 with 1 30 seconds to go. We are doing okay. Drop down an iron mine just there. Thank you. Iron mine here. All those troopers destroyed. Vader dies again. I do die this time as Baze takes care of the Blazeman and a Wookiee warrior on the Emperor. So 1 minute coming up into double energy. Baze has got a great push now of a bunch of rebel soldiers. Blazeman behind, which are level 11s, and now going to try and focus that turret. If I can just go on there, go on Luke, go for it. But I do get stunned by Vader, who makes mincemeat of me in a blink. Now into double energy, and they've got a push coming down the right side, so always be mindful. Although there's only 40 seconds left to go, never count your chickens, because you can still lose. And have a video of me pulling back again from 2-0 down with just 40 seconds to go. Drop pod now on the shield generator to keep them busy. All you want to do now in this stage of the game is keep them away from your turret. Just defend and keep them away. You've got the win. It's 2-0, and keeping them busy up there is probably the best thing you can do. By dropping troopers anywhere near them, just to keep them running around, keep them dropping troopers down to defend. There's nothing to defend in a situation like that. You really just want to push, because you're going to lose anyway, so you need to try and take down a turret if you can, or do as much damage as you possibly can in that short space of time. But it was a GG, another good win for the Rebel Alliance as Luke beats down on the Galactic Empire. So moving into, again, pause the video actually for our decks, because I've changed the deck again, as you can see there. Got in the Malaz Warriors in there now, and the Grenadier and Pathfinders are there. And for the final battle, in with a random 2v2. This was actually against a tier 7 guild we face off against, and I'm with a Cassian player who I don't know who he is. It's completely random. So hopefully Cassian's more defensive. So with Luke, obviously Suicide Luke, and as we talked about in our previous 2v2 videos, they're the kind of things we're going to look out for. Cassian's having a quick look around over there. Is Luke suicidal? Is Luke aggressive? What's Cassian up to? They're the things I look for first. Now waiting to see what they do, and they drop down some heavy gunners. So maximum value iron mine, they're worth 8. So I'm doing damage to the heavy gunners, to Dengar and to the tower. So that's 5 units. That's a 2-point trade-off there straight away. So it's a good start for us. Drop a pod right there behind Boba Fett as Cassian makes a push down that top left. In go the assassins to do some work on him, but then Dengar drops a Dewback and Forlom, his unique. I'll drop down a turret now just to counter it, keep them away from our turret. I'll swing in a few defences there, drop in some rebel troopers, pick up the health pack. Dengar goes down. Dewback rider finally, no, he's still alive, wow. But I saw a push, so drop down my Wookiee warrior, gonna charge for it. Go on Luke, run onto the turret, locking down, doing as much damage as I can as Cassian takes down the top left. Good work there. In comes a pod drop now as I do die, as does a Wookiee warrior. I was hoping he would survive a little bit longer as the assassin beats down on that turret, but it isn't enough to take the turret down because those heavy gunners just in the nick of time. But I dropped my iron mine, and that should make swift work of everything in that area and destroys that turret. So notice how I placed my turret just away from my main turret, so when that Dewback comes it will lock onto the turret here, gives us a chance for both turrets to do damage on it. Dengar rushes in bizarrely, kills the rebel troopers mind you with a good bomb, but he does die. 2-0 as we look to move into double energy. We're now getting a bit greedy here, looking for a good 4-0 clean sweep. Dengar comes to the right, Wookiee Warrior left, gun turrets focus on him, so I will attack, drop a pod in there, beat down on the central turret, dropping an iron mine, but Dengar dies already. And then it's now going to be a GG. 55 seconds to go. Boba Fett is in the corner. As you can see, he's given up. That is a GG. And we win that 4-0. Not bad. And we get a tier 7 pack for that as well, which I was well impressed about. And pick up some good points. Again, pause the deck. This deck was different too. So please feel free to pause the video to have a look at our decks that everybody used. And that is it for this video. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next Star Wars Force Arena video. I'd love to get a jackpot on this one day. One day. One day.